Welcome, welcome. So today we're going to talk about habits. It's that time of year. First week is under our belts, and we're getting off to a running start to 2022. And of course, everybody's talking about making New Year's resolutions and trying to achieve the goals that they want to set for the entire year. So today I thought I would just bring to you a couple of things that I have learned over the years that have helped me create some good habits that have not felt like they're restrictive. And so we're going to talk about getting away from restrictions and creating a life that we love. That's really what it's all about. So, welcome. Tell me where you're joining me from. I want to say hi and make sure that I recognize who you are, and just let me know if you have any questions. So, what I thought we would do is just talk about the things that have worked for me and that I have seen have worked for clients, and also the things that kind of get in the way. So, when you're trying to set a habit, and when we talk about diet, nutrition, and lifestyle changes, it's really all about habits. It's not about the diet, it's not about setting up restrictions. It's more about what is this habit that I'm going to change. And so here's what's worked for me. I think about a habit as something that is going to give me what I want. And what I want is a healthy life, full of energy, and just feeling my best. And so what do I do? The thing that has worked for me is thinking about the outcome. What is the outcome that I want? I want to be muscular. I want to be strong. I want to be able. I want to be healthy. What does that look like? And so what we do is we just visualize this. But what we want to do is we want to take that vision and feel it. And so if you close your eyes and you think about the vision of that person, who is that person? What does it feel like to be that person? What does it feel like to be strong, lean, muscular, healthy, and just feeling at your best? So what does that look like? And if you can either write it down, set a picture somewhere, and write that specific goal, but it's one habit at a time. And so it seems overwhelming, and it just seems like such a high mountain to climb. And a lot of clients will say to me, I don't think this is going to work for me. I don't think that I'm able. I have done too many diets. I've failed every time. It just makes you cringe when you think about going on a diet. I don't want you to go on a diet. Diets don't work. And the reason they don't work is because they're so restrictive. And so, but think about changing one little thing in your life at a time. And so, what is the one thing that you want? Let's say that you want to exercise, but you don't want to just really exercise. It's like going shopping, right? You just don't. I don't like to go shopping. I like new things. And so, what is it? What is the end goal? What is the new thing that you want? And so, be very specific. Close your eyes and think about what it person that is healthy and strong and whatever it is that you're picturing for yourself. And that's what's going to get you out of bed in the morning. But then also thinking about the obstacles that could come in your way. Let's say that you're going to join a virtual yoga class or Pilates class at 6 a.m. on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's your goal because you want to lose 10 pounds and you see that as a great way of toning your body. So, in order to get up at 6 a.m., you have to be up a few minutes before so that you can get dressed and get in front of your computer. So, what is it going to take for you to be in front of your computer at that time, at 6 a.m.? So, you may fail, but if you think about the obstacles, okay, I may oversleep. I may be too warm in my bed and not want to get up. I may just not want to get up at 6 a.m. And so if X, then Y. In other words, if I oversleep, there's another class at 7. If I oversleep, then I have to get up. Or sleep, then I have to plan to go to bed the night before 30 minutes earlier. And so, do you see what I'm saying? You just kind of plan, put in place a plan ahead of the failure so that when the failure comes, you know, oh, tomorrow I'm going to do this. So, for example, for me is journaling. I really want to journal and I just put up every excuse as to why I can't do it. And so I started setting my journal on my nightstand with my pen, and I told myself I'm not going to get out of bed until I write 2 or 3 pages. So this morning I got up and I wanted to get up at 6, but it was 6:30 by the time I got out of bed. So I was in a big hurry and I only wrote 1 page. So note to self, I'm going to bed half hour earlier tonight so that I can get my journaling in. And here's the other thing. Number 3 is make sure that you don't miss twice in a row. In other words, if you miss, give grace to yourself and say, hey, I'm going to try harder. I'm going to tweak this so that it works. But when you fail twice in a row, then you're likely to just put your arms up and say, you know what, I really don't want to do this. It's too hard. So you back it up and you make the goal a little bit smaller. If you save 3 minutes a day, just take those 3 minutes to do whatever it is that you want to do. Meditate, write in your journal, move, whatever it is that you're going to do, and you win, then you can add that, you can build onto that and gain some traction. So it's just very, very small goals. When you try to take up the whole thing, it's just very likely that you're going to fail. And so you build accountability and you build some things that are going to support you rather than make you feel bad. And then the last thing that is so, so important is to celebrate your wins, to celebrate them with someone else, and not to use food to celebrate, because usually we go for the cakes and the drinks and in the alcohol and the sweets and all that, because that's how we grew up, just celebrating with food. And rather than using junk food to celebrate and sabotage all our efforts, something as small as just raising your arms up over your head and go, yes, and you just say yes, and that makes you feel so powerful. So I hope that that was helpful to you. Just visualize what it is, what it feels like to win, and live in that moment rather than thinking, oh, I got to exercise, it's going to feel awful. Think about, I'm going to feel so great when I finish exercising. I'm going to feel so strong. And day after day, I'm going to get stronger and stronger. Anticipate the obstacles and plan for them. If you're going to eat Oreos at home, don't buy Oreos. If that's your weakness, get them out of the house. It's a lot easier to plan ahead and get the cookies out of the way if that is your weakness, and that way you will be able to win. And then last but not least, don't celebrate with food, but celebrate with actions, and with just something as small as giving yourself a high five and saying, I did it, or even post it on social media. I hope that that was helpful for you. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'll be happy to answer. And in the meantime, you know where to find me, nourishfunctionalnutrition.com. I will be preparing a course for you. It's coming out on February 21st. So if you haven't signed up to my website, please do so that you can get notified. And there is all kinds of free resources. I have a free resource right now that you can download. It's a free PDF. So go to my website, sign up, and you will get that. And it's going to be coming up every week. We're going to have a new download. So, and then I will offer you the course. I hope everybody is doing great. And thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye. I'll see you next week, next Tuesday, 7 o'clock.